Good evening. Welcome to ORPtv News, coming to you from the JK Auto Repair Studio. JK Auto Repair is a full-service car care provider located in Ozark, Missouri, 2301 Selmore Road. I tell you, John King and Zach Jones, great folks. 2301 Selmore Road. Let them know that you heard about them here on ORPtv. You can give them a call at 417-581-2004. And this is the All Parts Auto Salvage Weekend Show. All Parts Auto Salvage, 2600 North Benton. Man, they just don't get any better than Alton and Krista over there. And great deal on parts. Anything you need for your race car, your street car, your project car. All Parts Auto Salvage, they either have it or they can get it through their nationwide contacts. All Parts Auto Salvage, let us help you fix your car. And of course, 4T Kart Racing Oil. We're going to be talking about some karting here in a little bit with Twister Alley Raceway. Briggs & Stratton AMS Oil. You can get a whole case, 3 gallons, 12 quarts for $148 through Wesley Men's House. And if you'd like to sell it at your track or at your store, Wesley Men's House, independent dealer, 740-646-6073. Of course, he's tagged down lower in the lower section of the description of this show. JK's Auto Repair, All Parts Auto Salvage, Jesse James Junction in Omaha, Arkansas, Wesley Men's House, AMS Oil, Down to Earth Lawn and Landscaping, Hillbilly Speedway, Hodges Tree Trimming, Home Sweet Home Realty and Associates, Titans of 10-5 Series, Sigs and Swigs, Appleton Imaging. Kenny Foster's here with the MKRA Midwest Kart Racing Association. Twister Alley Raceway, of course, Heather and my mom already chatting back and forth on here. DTA Bear Paws and Gloves, Missouri Motocross Hall of Fame, the ICWF Pro Wrestling, who has some great looking new shirts available. So if you're a pro wrestling fan, especially the old NWA and AWA logos, they have some great looking shirts on their page. You can click through to that and check that out. And Top Rope Television, where I am the host of that. And of course, we are a brand ambassador, official brand ambassador, not just a phony one. We're not just drinking it. We are brand ambassadors for the UFC, Dana White, and Howler Head Monkey Spirit. This is banana infused bourbon whiskey, and it is delicious. Let me tell you. Bristol Motor Speedway with big racing going on this week. This was a super late model dirt series, big event, and I'm working with no papers here, so I'm going off of memory. But this was Bristol. They had dirt on it again. The dirt super late models, there we go. The Ironman late model series and XR Super Series. They had racers from all over the place. Chris Ferguson takes the win in the A feature of the dirt late super late models from Mount Holly, North Carolina. Everybody knows that name. Scott Bloomquist from Mooresburg, Tennessee, and Ricky Weiss from Headingley, Manitoba, maybe? I'm not sure what MB is. I'm sure that's somewhere in Canada because there's some other Canadian racers in this. Stock car class. Dustin Viss from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Johnny Spa from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That's pretty good when you come down together for all the way from Iowa and go 1-2. And Dallin Murdy from Chelsea, Iowa. I wonder if those are close together. Modifieds, A feature, Lawrence O'Connor from Canada, Port Hardy. Jeremy Hedrick from Embarrass, Wisconsin. Okay, and Shane DeMay from Denison, Iowa. A lot of Iowa drivers down for this event. 602 Crate Late Models, A feature, Colton Truly from Georgia. Ahead of Cody Courtney from Tennessee and Tucker Anderson from Georgia. Just about the only Tennessee driver there in the top few. So congratulations to them. Bristol getting an early look at their dirt track racing that's going to be going on. NASCAR again probably going to be there. Humboldt Speedway, big racing going on this week. This was a big event. I think it was the King of America event. Your Ray's Metal Depot, that was a sponsor of the USRA B-Mods. And we've got quite a few here because we've got some local racers. Lucas Roden from North Dakota takes a win ahead of Travis Sauer from Minnesota. But then we got some names we know from this area. Andy Bryant, third. Kyle Slater moves up 8 spots from Muskogee, Oklahoma to take 4th. Shadron Turner 5th out of St. Joseph. Crew Walburn from Emporia, Kansas. Chris Jackson from Lebanon, look at this, 16 spots he moves up to take 7th. Jake Smith from Minnesota. Ryan Gilmore 9th, and J.C. Morton 10th. So quite a few, about half the top 10 there are racers that we know in this area. Congratulations to them on a great job at Humboldt. The USRA Stock Cars, Chance Hullitz from Iowa takes the win. Angel Munoz from Lamar, Colorado, and Derek Brown from Stoutland are your top 3 in that class. A-Mods in the USMTS United States Modified Touring Series, Jake O'Neill out of Tucson takes the win. Darren Fuqua, we know him. He moves up 14. There's a lot of movement. 9 places up to take the win. 14 places up to take 2nd. And Dustin Sorensen from Minnesota. Darren Fuqua has a relative that's on here all the time. So, Miss Fuqua, if you see that, make sure you pass it along that we congratulate him. That's a heck of a race for sure. Batesville Motor Speedway in Batesville, Arkansas. Racing going on. This was the Arkansas Spring Nationals. Wendell Wallace from Batesville. Good to see some hometown guys taking the wins there. First place, Wendell Wallace with the win. Rusty Jeffrey is 2nd, both from Batesville. And Drake Findley out of Bryan, Arkansas is 3rd. IMCA Stock Car, Jeffrey Abbey out of Comanche, Texas with the win. Wayne Brooks and John Bubbas round out your top 3. Over at I-35 Speedway, this was a season opener, one of our home sweet home openers for this weekend. There's a whole lot coming up on this Wednesday. We'll talk about that in a little bit. USRA Modified, so we got the full schedule here. Daniel Harris takes the win. And of course, we're just kind of showing you the top 3. I'm going to hit the winners here, but you can click on when you see down on our page, when you scroll down, you see the logo. You have the entire features, every racer in the feature, so you can see exactly where your favorite racer finished up. But Daniel Harris takes the win in the modified. USRA B Mods, Cole Moore takes the win out of Kansas City. The USRA Stock Cars, Austin Bozick from Trenton, Missouri with the win. Pure Stock, Josh Marshall takes the win. A couple drivers here we know, Ava Dixon and Brandon Dixon, both from St. Joseph there, round out your top 3. Midwest Limited Late Model, Shane Bailey with the win. E-Mods, Chris DeShong takes the win. Sport Compact, Isaiah Penton with the victory. And the Show Me class, Andy Wiles from Erie, Kansas with the win. Now moving over to Legit Speedway. I'm not sure, I think maybe they were calling this their season opener because their season opener got derailed last weekend by that hopefully last little hurrah of winter that came through. Checkered Flag Truck Repair Hobby Stock. That's a long name essentially for your hobby stock class. Chuck Russell takes the win out of West Plains. Moved up 1 spot there to take that. The Sports Mod class, Cole Murphy with the victory. The Sportsman Late Model, Tony Anglin out of Walnut Ridge, Arkansas, comes up and takes the victory. Super Late Models, Mason Oberkramer takes the win ahead of Scott Krigler and Sawyer Krigler. So you know that you're having to feel it when you got the Krigler boys behind you because you know they're going to be helping each other out. So that's got to be tough with both of them behind you for sure. IMCA Modified, Brent Hartwick with the win. Oh, Jaron Martin. I think he's about 17 years old maybe now, 16, 17 years old. Heck of a racer, absolutely, out of Republic. 2nd there to Brent Hardwick. The Power Eye Superstock, Donnie Miller takes the win out of West Plains, so his home track. Over at Mocan, now we don't have the complete results for this. This was a bracket race, I believe their 2nd one of the season, but I did see a couple of our Facebook friends had posted, so I've got a couple results. Went out to Mocan today to support the Joplin Police Department fundraiser. By the way, we talked about Bonne Terre having the fundraiser for the officers, the 2 that were shot. One was killed, the corporal and the patrolman up in Bonne Terre. Mocan was doing something similar for Joplin officers. A couple weeks ago, there were 3 officers shot. I don't recall the extent of injuries on that, but of course, Joplin Police Department would love any cards, letters, thoughts, prayers, well wishes, donations. But MoCan was doing something for them yesterday. This was the Gamblers. Today was the bracket race. I'm sorry. So the No Electronic Gamblers win was Nick Curl, and Isaac Hill, his buddy, wins the Super Pro. This is Nick Curl's car. That is just one slick duster. That is a good-looking car. Kind of like the one that my mom used to drag race on Kearney Street with. Yeah, my mom was a drag racer, so hers was yellowish, though. And then Isaac Hill posting about that, and mutual admiration there. He's complimenting Nick Curl. There's a look at that Super Pro car of Isaac Hill. And then, of course, you got to get one picture in here of both of them together, and we just wanted to share that because great-looking cars and a couple good dudes, and I'm really happy to see them win, and we'll get those results from the bracket race going today. Twister Alley Raceway had their, mom's putting the checker flags. My mom used to be the drag racer. My dad would have guys race my mom. They wanted to race my dad, and actually mom was the better shifter. So he would kind of tell me, well, if you could beat my girl here, then I'll race you. Well, he had no intentions of racing them because he knew that mom was better than him. So she would drag race for money against these guys and was kind of hustling them. Kind of the street drag racing, early Street Outlaws version of Pool Hustlers. So, yeah, don't let her fool you. And sometime I'll tell you about the time she chased down a hit-and-run felon in an LTD. But that's for another day. Twister Alley Raceway had their opening day. I was sick that I couldn't make it to this. They had, don't try to play innocent, Mom. They had their opening day along with a swap meet. I intended to get off work early so that I could make it down there, and of course that didn't happen. We're short employees at my daily job, and matter of fact, they even worked today. But they had a great turnout yesterday. Twister Alley Raceway just wanted. It is to the go-karting around here what Lucas Oil Speedway and Lake Ozark Speedway is to dirt track racing. It is an amazing facility. But Heather's told me that she got some great photos. I saw some of those, and I'm going to get some of them posted up. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make it down there to see everyone. I intended to catch up with my buddy Austin Aziz and talk shows and maybe get some pointers from him on how to be more entertaining, because he's doing a great job with that show, by the way. So Twister Alley Raceway next weekend. I don't think you have anything scheduled for next weekend. That was scheduled for a makeup day if need be. So 2 weeks, I believe it is, from yesterday is the season opener, if I'm not mistaken. Monster Energy Supercross last night. No chance I was staying awake for this one. Didn't start till 9 o'clock. The 250 main was something like 11 o'clock, and the 450 main was 11:30. Just wrapped up there. So I see, we just got it. My KGTS had Marty Broman. I have my mom. Ross Chastain with the win. Alex Bowman, the showman, second. Christopher Bale, third. Chase Elliott, fourth. Tyler Reddick, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex, and Austin Cindric. Martin Truex, seventh, and he is the same age as the first six guys added together, just about. Not really, I know that, but boy, this has really been a year of nothing but young guys doing well. I don't know what happened to Kyle Busch there. Man, 28th. Last I saw, he was in 7th. So there we have it, our breaking news. Ross Chastain takes the win at Circuit of the Americas. That wrapped up. Monster Energy Supercross, getting back to that, in Seattle. Let me see here. Hopefully there isn't any sound. This is, let me pause this for just a second. Earlier in the race, April 9th is the season opener for Twister Alley Raceway, and that is Mary's birthday. So we will we'll have to talk it over because Mrs. Stagg's birthday is that day. So we'll just have to play it by ear. We'll go with that route. So I was telling Mary about this when she first started watching motocross, that is a new fan of motocross. You see the big jumps and you think, man, that's the scary part. That's the one time the riders can take a breath, tear off the rip-offs. It's what they used to call whoops, the whoop-de-doos, the whoops. Now they're called a rhythm section. They're jumps that are, knee-high, something like that, and they can just be nasty. As evidence here by Chase Sexton, who's a great up-and-coming rider. And this is him going into the rhythm section, gets bounced off, and his bike just nearly beats him to death there. You can see him limping off. This was in qualifying earlier in the day. So I think we'll see another look at it here. These bikes have so much suspension so that they don't land hard. Problem is you get that bounce off, and just a hard hit for Chase Sexton. He was not able to race last night, but there's kind of what it looked like in full speed. He did not race last night, but this is who did. Eli Tomac is absolutely... I don't know what it is. He has been, if he's on the TB12 workout program, but in what should have been getting close to his retirement, Eli Tomac with his 5th win in a row is absolutely smoking everyone on this new Yamaha. Outstanding performance. He got the whole shot, and from there, it was nothing for anyone to see of Eli Tomac. There are about 24 riders, something like that, in the main. 6th place was the top rider not lapped by him. So only the top 6 were on the lead lap. He lapped everyone else in the field. And these aren't nobodies. These are guys, Dean Wilson, Justin Bogle, Brandon Hartraft. These are good riders. Matter of fact, I just noticed this. Surprising, 2 Suzukis up there. That's crazy. But Eli Tomac, Jason Anderson, Marvin Muskin, who's doing really well this year, Malcolm Stewart, Justin Barsha. Eli Tomac, faster than everybody by a mile. He's going to have this season championship wrapped up before you know it. Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence, the 2 brothers from Australia, are so much fun to watch. One's running 250 East. That's Jet. Hunter, the older brother, running west, so they don't compete against each other. Well, Hunter, with the win last night, beats out Christian Craig, who is the points leader in this class, but it's getting a lot closer. So you have Hunter Lawrence, Christian Craig, Michael Mosiman, one of my favorites, little Joe Shimoda, Vince Freese from Missouri, on down through there, some of the riders. Jalix Swoles, glad to see him back on it after some big wrecks. But a good race, round 12 of 17 last night for him. Just a few races left. They don't race next week, but the week after, again, April 9th, is the St. Louis race. So there'll be a lot of people from here going up to St. Louis to see that. NASCAR Gander Outdoor Truck Series. The real news of this was that on the double overtime, there was overtime, one of the racers bumped Kyle Busch, wrecked him. Now, normally that would lead to Kyle Busch having an absolute meltdown because he should have had the win. But here's what happened. I was hoping you'd be able to hear this on here, and it doesn't have the captions like I thought that it did. But he came over and apologized to Kyle, said, "Hey man, you're probably mad at me, and I don't blame you. I crashed you. I'm sorry." Explained what happened. I mean, I have so much respect for you. Again, I'm really sorry. And Kyle just said, "Okay." I was really happy to see Kyle Busch just let that one slide. Hey, okay. So good to see that because your winner then was Zane Smith. He comes from double overtime to win that one. So Zane Smith with the win. John Hunter Nemechek second. Kyle Busch third. Ben Rhodes, Chandler Smith. There was a bet going on between Chandler Smith and Kyle Busch that whoever finished lower between the two of them had to clean the other driver's windows the next week. So it looks like Chandler Smith will be cleaning the boss's windows next week. But Zane Smith with a big win. Look at that, one Ford and then all Toyotas. For everybody who kind of, I bring this up when they talk about electric cars, that it'll never happen. I say, who would have ever thought 25 years ago you'd see Toyota being dominant in NASCAR? But there they are, killing it. Xfinity Series, this was yesterday afternoon also, later in the day. AJ Allmendinger with the win ahead of Austin Hill and Cole Custer. Just a race. NASCAR Cup Series, again, my mom there with the reporting it. Ross Chastain ahead of Alex Bowman, the showman, and Christopher Bell are your top three at COTA. Not one of the real exciting tracks to watch, I don't think. I kind of like the Rovals a little better. But I will say that first turn on their restarts was pretty wild looking. It looked a lot like a Supercross start, so it was fun. Brad Keselowski. They have done everything except take away his wheels and tires completely and make him just sit in his car and not even drive it. He got penalized earlier in the week. NASCAR issued a deduction of 100 points, 100 driver points, then 10 playoff points. So yeah, 100 owner points, 100 driver points, 10 playoff points, $100,000. All for something that they did. Rules 14.1 and 14.5. The best I could understand from this, because they were pretty vague with it, is it had something to do with reaming of the wheels. And I had to do some research to even find out what that was referring to. What I can understand is maybe they were cutting out some of the holes a little bigger, since there's just the one central hole for that one lug nut. Easier to, I don't know if it made it easier to put on, but certainly anything you're taking off the wheel is taking weight away from it. And NASCAR said, no, sir, not going to happen. So all of this, their crew chief gets suspended for 4 races. And then before the race today, yesterday's pre-race inspection, they failed the inspection twice. So they had another crew member suspended. They had to have one of them removed. So this is like hockey, and they're a man short, then they're 2 men short. This is like 5-on-3 basketball. They are really reeling, not going well for Brad Keselowski at all over there. But it can only get better, because I don't think it could get much worse from him. I think he went from about 16th or 18th in points to 35th, and then today is not going to help any at all, and I don't even see where he finished on here without just really dragging this out. I see a lot of people will be, Allmendinger finished 33rd, so not good for Brad Keselowski. Things are definitely not going the way he hoped they would with his move over to RFK. Yeah, I don't even see him. 14th. So not a bad day for him. NHRA Camping World, the drag racing series, that is going on right now over on whatever channel I told you it was earlier in the week, probably FS1. That just started up. Again, April 9th is the season opener for Twister Alley Raceway. That will be a week from this Saturday, and I'm going to do my best to get down there for at least part of it. Let me tell you, my buddy Austin Aziz, his show, I see more and more of you are watching it, and it is so much fun. This last week he did a whole Smokey and the Bandit kind of thing. That show is moving to Wednesday nights. He better not try to go on the same time as me, or we're going to have a real old-fashioned radio war. We're going to have to go to battle with him. So Austin Aziz, Team Aziz, or you can go onto YouTube and check him out. It's going to be on Wednesday nights now. Be a little easier with him having school. So thank you so much for joining us. Man, you cannot even imagine how much I love doing this, and hopefully entertaining the 2 to 3 of you a week that comes on here. Mary comes first. We'll have plenty of races after. Well, maybe we just have a big birthday cake or something down there. We can get the whole crowd singing happy birthday to her. Oh, she would just hate that. So she's not an attention whore like I am. Thank you so much for joining us. Man, you know I love you guys. Thank you for being here, and we will see you back here Wednesday night. We'll tell you about all the Home Sweet Home openers coming up this next weekend, because there are a lot of them, and we'll tell you all about them on Wednesday night, 6 p.m., ORPtv Live. I'm going to go upstairs and have me some of that good-tasting Howler Head banana-infused bourbon whiskey. Dana White and UFC would be proud. We are official ambassadors, and I'm going to have me some. For ORPtv, I'm Stag. We'll see you back here Wednesday night.